So you have already finished the poem You Can't Be That. What was the name of the poem that you read? You Can't Be That. So it's a poem about a boy and you have finished reading the poem, and today is the time to solve the exercise part of this poem. So let's get started. So before starting the exercise part of this poem, let us read out this poem once so that we can have a proper revision of this poem. Okay, so just be ready and you must by heart this poem. Such a beautiful, such a nice poem. One must by heart this poem so that you can recite it properly. So let's have a practice of reciting this poem. I told them when I grow up, I'm not going to be a scientist or someone who reads the news on TV. No, a million birds will fly through me. I'm going to be a tree. They said, You can't be that. No, you can't be that. I told them when I grow up, I'm not going to be an airline pilot, a dancer, a lawyer, or an MC. No, huge whales will swim in me. Huge whales will swim in me. I'm going to be an ocean. They said, You can't be that. No, you can't be that. I told them, I'm not going to be a DJ, a computer programmer, a musician, or beautician. No, streams will flow through me. I'll be the homes of eagles. I'll be full of nooks, crannies, valleys, and mountains. I'm going to be a range of mountains. I'm going to be a range of mountains. They said, You can't be that. No, you can't be that. I asked them, Just what do you think I am? Just a child, they said. Just a child, they said. And children always become at least one of the things we want them to be. They do not understand me. I'll be a stable if I want, smelling of fresh hay. I'll be a lost glade in which unicorns still play. They do not realize I can fulfill any ambition. They do not realize among them walks a magician. They do not realize among them walks a magician. This poem is written by Brian Patton. Brian Patton. Now, it's time to solve the question answer of this poem. So, let us see, answer these questions. What are the questions and what will be the answers? Let's have a look. Who is I and whom is he, she talking to? I is the child, or you can also write I is the poet. Any one you can write, or else you can write I is the child or the poet. He is talking to his parents, or you can also write he is talking to the elders. So parents, elders, you can write any one word also. It means I is the child and he is talking to his parents. This answer also you can write. What did the poet tell his parents and why? The poet told his parents about his wishes because they always disagree with the child. Coming to the third one, about this question I would like to say, as you saw that sometimes he wants to be a tree, sometimes he wants to be an ocean, sometimes a range of mountains, but each time the child talks about his wishes and his parents say, No, you can't be that. So they always disagree with the child. So that was the answer. Now coming to next question, question number 3. Why does the poet want to become a mountain range? The poet wants to become a mountain range so that he can be full of nooks, crannies, valleys, and fountains. What do the parents not understand? Parents don't understand the child's wish about his career. Okay, one more question we have, fifth number, but we are going to read these questions one more time. Okay, but let us finish this off first. Fifth number question is, who is referred to as a magician? The child is referred to as a magician. Here, who is the magician? The child is the magician. Okay, so let us have a recap of this question answer again. Okay, who is I and whom is he or she talking to? You can write, I is the child, he is talking to his parents. You can also write, I is the poet, he is talking to the elders. Any one answer you can write, or else you can write in the same way as you can see here. I is the child or the poet. He or she is talking to his or her parents or elders. So it is up to you what will you write. Okay, both the answers will be correct. Child will also be correct and poet will also be correct. Talking to his parents will also be correct. Talking to his elders will also be correct. Okay, so it would be better if you go with child and parents. I think you can remember this easily. Now, question number 2 once again. What did the poet tell his parents and why? What did the poet tell his parents and why? The poet told his parents about his wishes because they always disagree with the child. You can write these answers in your own way. If you feel that some other sentence or some other, if you have your own opinion about this poem, you can write it in your own way, in your own style, and you are free to do that. Okay, so once again I am repeating this answer. The poet told his parents about his wishes because they always disagree with the child. Why does the poet want to become a mountain range? The poet wants to become a mountain range so that he can be full of nooks, crannies, valleys, and fountains. So I am repeating this answer once again along with the question. Why does the poet want to become a mountain range? The poet wants to become a mountain range so that he can be full of nooks, crannies, valleys, and fountains. Now coming to question number 4. What do the parents not understand? What do the parents not understand? Parents don't understand the child's wish about his career. Parents don't understand the child's wish about his career. Question number 5. Who is referred to a magician? Who is referred to as a magician? Answer would be, the child is referred to as a magician. The child is referred to as a magician. Okay. Now let's have a look to the other question. Solve these simple riddles and fill in the blanks, choosing the correct words from the box. Solve these simple riddles and fill in the blanks. Coming to question number 1. He is known as the second god. One who treats the sick is a dash indeed. We already know one who treats sick people, they are the doctors. He is known as the second god. One who treats the sick is a doctor indeed. Coming to the next question now. He has coins of the world. That is his passion. I know he is a numismatist. Once again I am repeating the word. numismatist. Numismatist. So here we go again. He has coins of the world. That is his passion. I know he is a numismatist. I know he is a numismatist. Now, third number. My world would be dark had she not been there to hold my hand and tell me how to write or read. My world would be dark had she not been there to hold my hand and tell me how to write or read. She is my teacher. She is my teacher. Question number 4 now. He soars high in the sky and controls the flight. He is a pilot. He soars high in the sky and controls the flight. He is a pilot. Question number 5 now. My tooth aches and he has the cure. My tooth aches and he has the cure. He is my dentist for sure. He is my dentist for sure. He has the way to everyone's stomach. He is a chef. He has the way to everyone's stomach. He is a chef. Here you must see the spelling of chef. This is C-H-E-F. But the sound, the pronunciation is not chef. It is chef. Sh pronunciation. He is a chef. Coming to question number 7 now. My lovely dresses, I owe him much. My lovely dresses, I owe him much. He is a tailor. He is a tailor. My lovely dresses, I owe him much. He is a tailor. Coming to these questions, have a look to these questions. Unscramble the letters to identify the tools used by professionals. Now here these are the tools which different profession people they use. Let us arrange these spellings and then one by one we are going to discuss about these tools. Okay, their uses, who uses this tool, we'll have a look about that. So first one is VANIL. If you rearrange these letters, the word will be anvil. ANVIL, anvil. So the correct word is anvil. It's not vanil. Vanil is the wrong word given there. After rearranging, we get the word anvil. Question number 2. See, there is a disorder of the letters. The letters are not arranged properly. PETHOSCOSTE. If you arrange these letters, you will get a new word. If you arrange it properly, we will get the spelling of stethoscope. We'll get the spelling of stethoscope. The correct spelling of stethoscope is STETHOSCOPE. Stethoscope. Coming to question number 3. SSICORSS. Now what is this spelling? This is scissors. 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 Question number 4 now. Have a look. RILPES. What is it? This is pliers. 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 Now, question number 5. NAPSREN. What is this? This is spanner. 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 Question number 6. LESHIC. LESHIC. The correct word will be chisel. 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 Now we'll have a look towards some images and some knowledge about these tools. Let us see what are these tools now. Now this picture you can see the first one, anvil. As you solved the first one, there it was, the answer was anvil. What is anvil? The one of handmade products of the blacksmith are less economically viable in the modern world, while in the past they were an absolute necessity. However, anvils are still used by blacksmiths and metal workers of all kinds in producing custom work. They are also essential to the work done by farriers. Now see, this is a tool used by blacksmith. That's it. See, the question is, the following are the tools used by professionals, and this tool, anvil, is used by blacksmith. That's it. Now this is the picture of stethoscope, and you are well known to it, I think, because you have seen it many times and you already know that who uses stethoscope. Stethoscopes are used by the doctors. It means it is a tool used by the doctors. This is stethoscope. Now the next one is scissors. So have a look to this picture. These are scissors. We often use it in our home for cutting different things like cloths or papers. But this is a tool used by tailors, because tailors, they stitch our clothes, and to stitch that they need to cut the cloths properly. So they use this tool for stitching cloths. These are scissors. Now the next one is pliers. Pliers, pliers. So have a look to this picture as well as the definition of it. It is also a tool, and what is written about it, let's have a look. Pliers are a hand tool used to hold objects firmly, possibly developed from tongs used to handle hot metal in Bronze Age Europe. They are also useful for bending and compressing a wide range of materials. So these are very useful to bend and compress wide range of materials. Now we are going to see what is there in the next question. The next one is spanner. Have a look to this picture. This is spanner. The other name for it is wrench. So a spanner or wrench is used for turning a nut, bolt or similar fixing that is turned to tighten. The spanner is used to grip the given fixing, whether it is a nut, bolt, concrete, screw, etc., and turn it, allowing you to apply torque and tighten the nut onto the bolt. So this is a wrench people often use for tightening the nuts, for making it loose. So this is a very useful tool used by many people. Many people use this tool, like plumbers, electricians, and it is often found in the homes too, because we also do few work, I mean the small works at home, by using this tool called spanner or wrench. Wrench is more popular because we often use this word wrench. We call it as wrench. So today you came to know one more synonym of it, that is spanner. Wrench or spanner are the synonym words. Okay. Now next one is chisel. Have a look to the last one, sixth number. This word is chisel. CHISEL, chisel. Now what is it? Let's have a look to it. You can see these pictures at side. These are all chisels. Cutting tool with a sharpened edge at the end of a metal blade, used often by driving with a mallet or hammer in dressing, shaping or working a solid material such as wood, stone or metal. So these are the chisel, these are the cutting tools. We use it in different materials like wood, stone or metal for cutting. For have a look to these pictures. The shape of these are different, especially the top part. If you see, some are too sharp, some are thick, some are thin. So there is a set comes of this of different size and all. So this is also a very important tool that people use. Okay, now let's have a look to these lines. The day is warm and sunny, and old Hauser looks so funny. With his cap made of felt, he sat under the sun and knelt. So you can see these highlighted words: sunny, funny, felt, knelt. These are called rhyming words. Now, what is the meaning of rhyming words? I must tell you. Rhyming words which sounds same. Actually, in rhyming words, there is a change in the consonant. Okay, especially the starting letter or some letters at the starting, especially the consonants are changed, and most of the spelling remains same. So rhyming words like sunny, funny, only S is replaced by F. Felt, knelt, F is replaced by K and N. So we change in the consonants at the beginning of the word, and rest spelling remains same. Those are the rhyming words. And now I am going to teach you some pronunciation. Have a look to the heading PRONUNCIATION. Pronunciation. Sometimes people call it as or read it out as pronunciation, but that is not the correct that is not the correct pronunciation. If we say pronunciation, it becomes wrong, because when we pronounce any word, the spelling of pronounce and pronunciation are different. The spelling of pronounce is PRONOUNCE, pronounce. But the spelling of pronunciation, if you see, PRONUN is none. So pronunciation. Now these all words, what you can see in the boxes, are OU words. But the sound of OU keeps on changing according to the word. And in the different word, the pronunciation, the sound is different. So we are going to read these words. You just have to repeat after me so that you can do correct pronunciation for the following words. The first one is PROUD, proud. PROUD, proud. Next one is HOUSE, house. STOUT, stout. COUCH, couch. BOUNCE, bounce. So the words are proud, house, stout, couch and bounce. The next column, if you see, SOUP, soup. GROUP, group. WOUND, wound. COUPON, coupon. ROUTINE, routine. So these words are soup, group, wound, coupon, routine. Now the last line. Have a look to the words at this side. These sounds are bit different than the other two. OUR, people often say our, but it is not our. Our is wrong pronunciation. It will be R. OUR, R. HOUR is also R. OUR is also R and HOUR is also R. Both the spellings have the same pronunciation, R and R. The next word is SOUR, soar. SOUR, shore. Flour, floor. Flour, floor. So have a look to the words are, shore, floor. Now let us read these words from the beginning ones. Proud, house, stout, couch, bounce, soup, group, wound, coupon, routine, are, sore, floor. So these are the words of OU sound. Now your work is to go through the whole exercise and read it twice, thrice, practice it in your notebook, and you must finish your work. I mean, if you have the book, you must write down the answers in your notebook with good handwriting, and you can use blue or black pen. And in the book you must use pencil. If you're writing it in your textbook, I mean the bit part, you must use pencil and you write it with good handwriting. And if you write in your notebook, you must write it with neat, clean handwriting. And you must use either black or blue ink. So you have to keep working hard so that you can score well in exam. Now it is up to you how much you can do it. So all the best. And one more thing, any day I may conduct test on this lesson, not only this lesson, whatever I have taught. So you just be ready and must practice everything in your notebook, because I think as there is no school, you have no habit of writing, so you must practice at least one page handwriting every day so that you can be in touch with this learning process. So thank you and have a good day.